The opinions expressed by the hosts and co-hosts of this program does not necessarily reflect the views of TGON Radio and TVH Group of Networks.
Yes, hello everyone, and welcome to Asphere's Cafe. Today is Tuesday, October 7th, 2025, and yes, we are back with another episode of the cafe. And if you guys did not know, well, guess what? Dreamcar has finally switched his phones. He finally switched phones, and Dreamcar has more than that. Dreamcar, let's go.
You know what? Yeah, fuck Infinix. You know what? There we go. Oh, shoot. You know, fuck Infinix. And hello to Samsung. Yep. So you could see I'm on a Samsung phone now. And well, do you heard my voice quality is getting better, right? Yes, you might heard me right. That's the sound quality. It's a bit better now, right? As far as goes.
It is. Yes, it is.
And in which I am good to be back with you, Asparagus, with a better quality and a better phone. It's a Samsung, all right. It's a Samsung. And now, Asparagus, let's start the cafe session, shall we?
Wait. Before that, how are you, Dreamcar?
Nothing much more because I am still switching kanina. So I I cannot do I'm weird. I cannot join the cafe because of course I am very busy on the switching because my mom has new phone come up. So yes, nothing much more. As far as
Thank you very much, Dreamcar. And now let's start off with the first headline that we will be talking about, and yes, it's a big one related to OpenAI. So let me get my screen share right here. So yay, here's the first one, and yes, AMD is teaming up with OpenAI with this project partnership. This is coming from GSM Arena. AMD and OpenAI are teaming up in a multi-year agreement that will see the ChatGPT maker deploy over 6 gigawatts worth of AMD GPUs. As per the press release, OpenAI will start using AMD's Instinct MI450 series GPUs in the second half of 2026. Here's the statement coming from Dr. Lisa Su, who is the AMD CEO. Quote, we are thrilled to partner with OpenAI to deliver AI compute at a massive scale. This partnership brings the best of AMD and OpenAI together to create a true win-win, enabling the world's most ambitious AI build-out and advancing the entire AI ecosystem, end quote. The news comes less than a month after OpenAI announced a strategic partnership with NVIDIA, with the chip maker investing $100 billion in OpenAI and deploying 10 gigawatts of NVIDIA systems. Here's another statement, this time coming from Sam Altman, who is the OpenAI CEO. Quote, this partnership is a major step in building the compute capacity needed to realize AI's full potential. AMD's leadership in high-performance chips will enable us to accelerate progress and bring the benefits of advanced AI to everyone faster. End quote. As part of the new deal, AMD will be OpenAI's core strategic compute partner. AMD and OpenAI are set to build key infrastructure that meets the growing demands for AI applications. OpenAI is also set to receive over 160 million shares of AMD stock pending specific milestone achievements. That is a pretty short article I have read about is going to be long, but yeah, either way, I still find this news to be huge, especially for AMD and the AI focused company that is OpenAI. So, Jimcar, what do you say about this? And what can we expect coming from AMD and OpenAI? And what do you think they're going to do in the near future? Any thoughts?
Government, but it's very interesting. You could tell us that now OpenAI that they first joined with OpenAI. Nothing much more.
Yeah. Since we have also have extra 4 minutes, well, let's guess about what I think OpenAI and AMD are going to do. Well, as we know, as stated in the article, they did say they're going to implement the implement new GPUs, which is uh, Instinct MI450 series GPUs, which is going to take place in the second half of 2026. And well, I think they're going to enhance it further or and improve the resources for ChatGPT, Sora, which is a video generator, and of course, um, increasing resources as I think. So I have to say, um, there's more than that. Honestly, there could be more than that. And as I mentioned, ChatGPT could get more models. Sora can even enhance further and level up further with their with their AMD graphics card, which is what I believe that's going to happen. And yeah, so yeah, Dreamcar, what's your predictions on that one?
Let's, let's just say about the and video generating. I hope that put it on a moderate use because one third of the videos of Dora is on the copyright side, especially Nintendo. That's why. So I hope that they will stop the same mistake. Oh, if they if the content creator did the the thing that they wanted to pursue a Nintendo licensed characters, then that's a big that's a big go for them.
Mm-hmm, yes. And I believe they're going to implement the responsible AI safeguards for Sora because yeah, we know by now that the the entertainment companies are definitely against it. That and I am also concerned too. How can we use AI responsibly? And I have already talked about this not too long ago. So yeah, all I hope for the best for OpenAI and AMD is that they will have a good partnership and they will improve the resources and of course promote responsible AI. And I know AI has been misused by bad actors, which we know, but we all have faith that they will have a responsible AI. Yeah. Again, AI is not your replacement tool for your thinking. Again, please always use your common sense, use your brain, use your knowledge. Don't rely heavily on AI. I'm saying this right now, AI should only be used as your reference tool. Just use it responsibly. Don't use it as your replacement. All right. Okay, it is now 6:40. Yes, 6:40 p.m. As we will be returning with more headlines and of course topics to discuss about here right here on Ask Discovery. Don't go anywhere. We will be right back after the break. Stay along with us.
This episode of Asphere Cafe is brought to you by Dell Sound, Asphere Appliances.
Dream Cars Pizza, Kapinoy Coffee, Melody Mart, and San Francisco Plus. We will return 6:40.
If for the cheaper, and that is the intention. And as the appliance you want to buy, the super appliance, Asphere appliance, cheaper and still quality pop-up. Asphere appliances, if you want to buy at a discounted price at Asphere appliances.
Asphere Appliances, home of Asphere Aircon and other leading appliances nationwide. Asphere Appliances, tried, tested, trusted by an asparagus.
One time, there's a confrontation about sushi and pizza, but then there was a solution.
Bro, I said let's get sushi.
No way. Pizza beats raw fish every time.
Why not both? Gooey cheese, spicy mayo, seaweed, salmon. Introducing Sushi Baked Pizza.
Whoa.
Creamy, savory, sushi-inspired toppings baked on a perfect crust. Sushi Baked Pizza. 9-inch at 250, 11-inch at 450. Only at Dream Cars Pizza. We make pizza the Dream Cars way.
You paid this time.
No way. You wanted sushi?
Call 141-9191 for deliveries.
Dream Cars Pizza. We make pizza the Dream Cars way. Call 141-9191 for deliveries. Also available, Dream Cars Frozen Pizza in supermarkets near you.
Dream Car Karaoke po, tuwing pagising mo sa umaga, kailangan mo ng kaping gigisingin ka sa tapang at sarap.
Tikman ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Kapinoy Coffee.
Tama-tama lang ang tapang at sarap.
Tikman na ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Kapinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Kapinoy Coffee.
Masarap na coffee. If it's coffee, it's Kapinoy Coffee.
Also available, Kapinoy Coffee 3-in-1 and Pure Creme. Bili na sa inyong mga suking tindahan.
Kapinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Kapinoy Coffee from FES Manufacturing Corporation.
A song, a chord, there's no end to the tune. It's the echo of strings, the rise of the moon. It's the beat of the drum, the keys on the floor, the rhythm that calls, the voice we adore. It's music and more, a note, a rhyme, a melody's glow, a piano that plays, a rhythm that flows. It's a voice, it's a choice, a harmony's ring. At the end of the night, let the melody start. It's the sound of a song, it's the joy in your heart.
Reimagine karaoke with XTSP.
Now available, Utopia 2 and Utopia Deluxe for more song storage, and Volume 174 for DVD systems. Song lists are now free to download at shenatonsynplus.blogspot.com.
Shenatron Synplus. Reimagine karaoke with XTSP.
New. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart.
Subukan niyo na ang Melody Mart Onigiris. Maraming feelings na pwedeng pagpilian. May classics, locals, at premium feelings na suwag magpapasaya ng samyo.
Overload onigiri sa Melody Mart. Overload onigiri sa Melody Mart.
Biking, meron din tayong Overload Onigiris na mas pinalaki, mas maraming feelings.
Price starts at 55 pesos. Bumili ka ng onigiri sa Melody Mart.
Melody Mart Onigiris. Price starts at 55 pesos. Available in Melody Mart outlets nationwide.
Melody Mart, your everyday vibe for convenience.
With extra chocolate and extra creamer, give a delicious taste. From mouth to tongue, an unforgettable taste. Until I wanna eat it again. Cameo Choco Biscuit. Feel the Choco vibes.
Manufactured by Awesome 4 Enterprises, your quality brand company.
Ang dumi ng damit. Bakit malinis sa damit? Sa Ponox 3 sa 1. Para tatanggalin ng dumi ng damit. Mabango na. Based on technical. Daming lamang. Para walang malinis ng damit. Sa Ponox 3 sa 1. Daming lamang. Ponox 3 sa 1 daming lamang. Based on polyester. Sakit na ulo ang lagnat. Hindi siya makapasok. Mag-biogesic. Para tanggalin ng lagnat. Walang sakit ulo. Mag-biogesic. Ingat ang damang-dama. Pagaling ng lagnat.
Alagang Unilap yan.
Paracetamol has been generic name of Biogesic. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Stop! Huwag uubuin at plema, huwag iinuman ng yelo. Magpibiskel syrup at capsule para tanggal ng ubo at plema, bawal iinuman ng yelo. Magpibiskel, itigil ang ubo at plema, huwag iinuman ng yelo. Parbocysteine is being generic name of Pibiskel. If symptoms persist, consult your doctor.
Tagalog, powder milk. For children from 1, 2, and 3. For children from 1 to 3 years old, Tagalog, powder milk.
The use of milk supplements must only be upon the advice of a health professional. The unnecessary and improper use of product may be dangerous to your child's health. EO51CA number 017, series of 2025.
CF3 Balita.
Ako po si Joseph Locsin sa pag-iinumin ng CF3 Coffee. Mga Pilipinas ang apelyido ko ng Locsin, mga pangalan Joseph. Ako si Tito Joseph Locsin po. Kaya nag-CF3 Coffee na.
Mahalagang paalala, ang CF3 Coffee hindi gamot at hindi dapat gamitin panggamot sa mga uri ng sakit.
Orange na kaya masarap ang Pilipinas ng soft drink na. Masarap naman, mag-Loyal Orange na kaya mga laro sa Minecraft kaman. Mag-Loyal Orange, masarap ng soft drink. Ng Pinas maglalaro ng basketball. Mag-Loyal Orange na nakakakulitan.
Mas laro sa Minecraft Gamer, mag-Loyal Orange na, mas laro na masaya inumin ng soft drink ng Pinas.
Bakit umabsent ka na naman sa mga bata? Mawala ang anemia, walang dugo, sa tulong ng Incremin Iron Plus, pagtulong sa deficiency anemia ng dugo, bawal umabsent sa mga bata. Incremin Iron Plus, batang malusog ng dugo. Vitamins B complex plus lysine plus iron has been generic name of Incremin, no adverse drug reactions.
Freya Santos here, mabaho sa buhok. Dumi buhok. Damit-dumi ng buhok. Grabe. Anong oras natin dumi sa buhok? Alas 11 ng tanghali. Kate buhok kasi. Mag Sunsilk Smooth and Manageable. Para fruity floral fragrance. Para tanggalin ng buhok. Huwag madumi sa buhok. Para mabango. With regular use versus non-conditioning shampoo. Mag Sunsilk Smooth and Manageable. Para nagkakagigil.
Mag TGF Kojic Soap. Para papaya ang Kojic Soap, mga simpleng gandang sa umaga at gabi. Trickster po, para sa Kojic Soap nyo. Sa TGF Kojic Soap, simpleng gandang Kojic. Also available of TGF Keratin Treatment Conditioner.
Ang buhol-buhol sa buhok. Bakit ayaw matanggal mabubuhol sa buhok? Batang haggard kakatipid. Mag-cream silk conditioners. Para tanggalin ang buhol sa buhok. Para walang buhol sa buhok. Stop Buhol Hair Shampoo. Creative visualization. Shampoo lang. Kulang. Mag-cream silk araw-araw. Based on conditioner.
This program is brought to you by
Asphere Appliances, home of Asphere Aircon and other leading appliances nationwide. Asphere Appliances, tried, tested, trusted by an asparagus. Dream Cars Pizza. We make pizza the Dream Cars way. Call 141-9191 for deliveries. Also available, Dream Cars Frozen Pizza in supermarkets near you.
Capinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Capinoy Coffee from FVS Manufacturing Corporation.
Shenatron Synplus. Reimagine karaoke with XTSP.
And
Melody Mart. Your everyday vibe for convenience.
We now return to Asphere and Asphere's Cup.
We are back with Asper's Coffee. It is now 6:50 p.m. And now, let's get into another round of the tech headlines right here on the Tech Cafe. Let me get my screen share right here, of course. And bad news to those who are looking to bypass the Microsoft account requirement for Windows 11 But that is soon to be changed. Or I should say, well, that is soon to be changed as Microsoft is pulling the loophole. This was first reported by Windows Central. Microsoft has announced that it's tripling down on blocking users from bypassing and signing in with a Microsoft account on Windows 11 when setting up a PC for the first time. The company believes that a Microsoft account and internet connection are non-negotiable when progressing through the out-of-box experience, or known as OOBE. Confirmed in the latest Windows 11 preview builds, Microsoft has removed multiple ways that users had found that allowed them to bypass the Microsoft account setup page. This is coming directly from a blog post or Windows Insider blog post. Quote, "We are removing known mechanisms for creating a local account in the Windows setup experience. While these mechanisms were often used to bypass Microsoft account setup, they also inadvertently skip critical setup screens, potentially causing users to exit OOBE with a device that is not fully configured for use. Users will need to complete out-of-box experience with internet and a Microsoft account to ensure device is set up correctly." End quote. This means that going forward, known commands like start ms-xcxh local only will no longer work on the latest versions of Windows 11. Microsoft already doubled down and removed bypasses that users had discovered previously. If you're familiar with the bypass NRO, that is no longer working to this day. Such as I mentioned here, OOBE bypass NRO, yeah, that's not there anymore. Attempting the set command right here, will no longer show you a local account creation screen. Microsoft is clear that all Windows 11 users will need to complete setup with a Microsoft account and internet connection, and is ensuring that all methods that made it easy to avoid this are blocked. Bypasses still exist, but will require editing the Windows image directly before installation, which involves setting up an unintended install with a local account attached, which is a lot more complicated for most users. It's likely that easier bypasses will be discovered in due time, but for now, the most known and easiest Microsoft account bypasses have all been patched by Microsoft as of the latest Windows 11 preview builds. As these are still in preview, it will likely be a number of weeks yet before these bypasses stop working on production versions of Windows 11. Yes, this is a bad news for those who are not going to use Microsoft account. And yeah, unfortunately, you're tough luck, guys. Well, I do believe that Fandom Ocean 3 will look for bypasses, and pretty sure he's going to post it on his X and Blue Sky if he finds another bypass method sooner than later. But I also believe that Microsoft is already going to patch it once some tech enthusiasts or Windows insiders found the bypass requirement. Found the bypass comment rather. But yeah. So yeah, honestly, with just less than a week before Windows 10 ends its support, we are already seeing Microsoft going all the way with Microsoft accounts, and yeah, and look, I have my Microsoft account link to my system because again, I have no choice. I still use Windows to this day, and I also did that just to satisfy Microsoft's requirements, and I do not want to risk Microsoft cutting in or cutting whatever bypasses I'm doing right there. So this is why I had my Microsoft account linked to my PC right now. And as much as I dislike the integration, well, it is what Microsoft made the operating system as online first, to be honest. And honestly, Windows 11 is designed to be online most of the time, and I would not be too surprised if they pull the plug rather on creating local accounts. Well, that is very unlikely for consumers, but for businesses, enterprises, it will still be there. But for consumers, I, I, it's a 50-50 for me that Microsoft's going to pull the plug on letting you create local accounts. And yeah, it's only a matter of time before Microsoft finds its way to make Windows 11 strictly Microsoft account requirement. So what do you guys think about this news? I know this is very disappointing to those who are looking forward to create a local account instead of Microsoft account. Yeah, tough luck with that one. So Dreamcar, what do you say?
Nothing much more to expect more, but yeah, that is BS for Microsoft. Nothing much more to say.
Right.
And aside from that, let's go to Google Japan for some update. And I think you're getting happy.
Wait, I have questions. Questions. Now, we are now less than a week before October 4th reaches. Just less than a week. Since your computer is still on Windows 10, will you be switching to Linux or Windows 11?
It might depend.
Because if your computer does not support Windows 11, then it is time that you should switch to Linux just to keep your computer running here, and so your computer doesn't go to EWIS. You should know that. So it's either you go with Linux or Windows 11 if your PC supports it. Right, moving on to the Gboard.
All right, now let's start with.
This is it, Dreamcar.
All right, so have you heard of? So aside from that, let's just go here with Google Japan. So there's some sort of a weird design of retro telephone systems, but have you heard of a rotary phone with keyboard? Well, surprisingly, they did. Because of course that was a delayed event for their April Fool's Day because this time it's October, but well, Google made a dial version of it, so you could see the design of it. When you're speed typing, how long would you type for? Because of their pulse dialing that has a spring-loaded dial, generates electrical pulses for whether what key you're typing in. So this one, they made it into rotary system. And if you want to end their call, just place your mouse on their that thing. So remember that it has an accessory when you want to close your call. You could put that as well. And their Gboard thing here. Of course, in Japan, they have open sourced the design and it is now available in GitHub for the PCB, the parts, the 3D printer models, and of course, you need to make it as a DIY. What do you think about this? Alright, go ahead. Oh, who is that? That is Steve Jobs.
This is a pretty cool concept coming from Google Japan. And honestly, if we look further, you can see in look, and then you can see how. So basically, when you press it and rotate it, it's going to do its thing, which is pretty nice. And I have to give credit to Google Japan for coming up with this idea. And I know this is not for sale, but it does the job done, as you can see. And what's even cool here is that, You press that right there, and you have you have to and you can rotate the enter key too, which is pretty cool. And you have different colors to choose from, and yeah, basically this is pretty neat. And when you place the mouse, or like what Jimko said, it's going to turn the camera off. Pretty cool, right? And what is the last part here? And the last part is Star Wars stuff, I guess. But yeah, this is pretty cool coming from Google Japan. So yeah, I would say this is pretty neat and a nice concept coming from Google. That's all I can say. And Dreamcard, before we move on, and do you agree with my comments, right?
As I said,
Alright, let's move on to the next one. And this time, we're moving on to the positive side of Windows 11. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, dark mode is getting more consistent in Windows 11's File Explorer. Finally! So, this is coming from The Verge. Microsoft first quietly started testing improvements in Windows 11's dark mode in August preview builds of the operating system. Now, it's making the changes official, with improvements to the dark mode consistency throughout File Explorer actions like copying, moving, or deleting files and folders. If you try to copy a large file in Windows 11, it will show a light mode dialog even if you have dark mode enabled. This is changing alongside the move and delete dialogs in some other parts of Windows 11. Microsoft says it's also working on a more consistent dark mode experience in progress bars and chart views, confirmation and error dialogs, and prompts for skipping, overwriting, and file selection. So here is the example. The first one on the top left corner, you see the recycle bin dialog confirming if you wanna delete 2 files and move it to the recycle bin. The second window you see here is the progress bar on preparing for recycle. The third one is the file is if you want to replace the file that is already there, or you can skip it there. And finally, the fourth one is the main part of the dark mode dialog, and that you can see the progress bar color is in light blue, and I like how that looks like. So, and in case you didn't know, Microsoft first introduced a dark mode option in Windows 10 in 2016. It has, my gosh, taken almost a decade for the company to focus on making it more consistent. Man, what took Microsoft that long to make some consistency, right? There are still plenty of areas Microsoft will need to improve, including the run prompt, file properties UI, control panel, and folder options UI in File Explorer. So what do you say, Dreamcar? What do you think now that Microsoft is finally addressing consistency for the dark mode dialogues? I should say File Explorer's dark mode dialogues in Windows 11. Dreamcar.
At least the best thing that Windows 11 is getting more expected is they have a file manager for Windows Explorer that's getting more on the dark mode. So that is very interesting. Nothing much more to add on.
Okay, I think that is all for the headlines I have. We're going to take a break later at 7:10, but we need to talk about the base YouTuber that is coming from the name Gamers Nexus, and the channel is run by Steve and his team. Recently, he made a YouTube video covering on how the PCs can be turned into Linux machines with Windows 10 and of support approaching. And all I can say is that massive salute to him for keeping the PCs out of e-waste and making it usable and giving away PCs to those who never used a computer before. How cool is that? And I will be showing you a little footage of that in just a bit. And as of right now, I'm still controlling the ad breaks for later. And yes, I have not. I am sorry to say I'm really unprepared tonight because yeah, I have been tired. Anyway, but yeah, I'll show you how it's being how Steve is doing there. Still need to fix the app breaks right there. Just give me a moment. But Dream Car, isn't that nice that Gamers Nexus Steve is doing his part to keep PCs out of e-waste? Isn't that cool, right? We're going to witness that in a bit.
Let's just expect that Windows 11 would be a good thing to expect unless Linux will take over in the second as well. So nothing much more. So I expect that it would
We
be
will be
all the
playing a
better
little bit of
expectation.
footage from Gamers Nexus, and I will say this to Gamers Nexus right now. Credit to the video, credit to the video owner. I do not own the footage. All of the rights belong to the set channel. So let me just head over to Gamers Nexus channel, and I will be showing you a little bit on how the PCs are, how the so-called obsolete computers can turn into useful Linux machines, which we will get into that in a bit. So let me switch to another window here, and yeah, let's play a little. So here is how Steve and his team are part to the machines. A little bit on how it's being of the footage.
Yeah. First thing we're gonna want to do when we grab these machines is do a physical inspection. We want to see, is there any kind of damage on it? An example, I'm going to put on my tracking sheet here in the notes and cosmetics. As these are booting up, let's keep hitting F2 over and over. This is going to help the BIOS setup. And we're going to run it for processor time. I'm going to plug in the key, hit escape, and it should start booting into parts. GovCD is just the Linux way of saying this is webcam. All right, look at that. Beautiful. Fantastic.
That I don't know what Linux distro is that is.
And the very
running on
last
that laptop,
step
but you can see that laptop is a very well, I will not say obsolete, but an older gen laptop that is not up with some other standards today. You can see right here. You can see that.
Let's try reloading it again. Let's see if it fails at the same SSH.
How's your process going?
Pretty good, actually.
I've seen two that are,
look at this.
actually three I think that are maybe questionable. So
It's like the things that you would expect to be dead, like his processor was probably dead. I say I never saw a laptop just like die like that.
no, yeah.
In that ear
So apologies for the lag. But
irritating transient way where you're like, sometimes it's
Well, that's the worst kind because then there's a hope you might be able to save it.
I was looking at this thing, I was like, it's in great shape, it's got 62 gig RAM,
Was the last one passed?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So Alex, what happens if it's all good and then like bad batteries no good?
Well,
replace the
battery. So sometimes we have the keyboard especially like let's say the keyboard working X Lenovo's. The keyboard is pretty easy to replace, so that's fine. We'll just take it from the machine that has other problems.
Right.
Keyboard, replace those.
Cool.
In that same vein, especially for machines where completely messed up. And that's why we still spec them even these keys are missing. Because well 77% battery, we can still take that.
Right, so that is a little footage of how they're refurbishing laptops, are making it into usable, or I should say, or turning it into a usable laptop for other people to use it when they're new it to the computers. So yeah, once again, as I said, they're repurposing Windows 10 laptops into Linux machines, and I cannot believe how cool they're doing that. So if you want to see the full video of Gamers Nexus team doing their part on installing Linux to hundreds of so-called obsolete computers, I will be putting that video in the video description below after the replay of Asphere's Coffee Goes Live. It is now 7:11 p.m. and we'll be taking a break as we will be having more topics and discussions to cover. So we'll be right back after the break.
7-Eleven for the 7th time. Sponsors. That's all. Asphere's Appliances, Dreamcast Pizza, Kapinoy Coffee, Melody Mart, and Sin Plus. 7-Eleven.
Cool and easy. Asphere's aircon, the aircon with 10-year warranty. 10-year warranty. Inverter money saver, great quality. With 10-year warranty. Asphere's aircon. Asphere's aircon. Tried, trusted, tested by Asparagus.
Get yours now at asphereappliances.ph online. Another quality product from Asphere Appliances.
Asphere's Aircon. Tried, tested, trusted by an asparagus.
One time, there's a confrontation about sushi and pizza, but then there was a solution.
Bro, I said let's get sushi.
No way. Pizza beats raw fish every time.
Why not both? Gooey cheese, spicy mayo, seaweed, salmon. Introducing Sushi Baked Pizza.
Whoa.
Creamy, savory, sushi-inspired toppings baked on a perfect crust. Sushi Baked Pizza. 9-inch at 250, 11-inch at 450. Only at Dream Cars Pizza. We make pizza the Dream Cars way.
You paid this time.
No way. You wanted sushi.
Call 141-9191 for deliveries.
Dream Cars Pizza. We make pizza the Dream Cars way. Call 141-9191 for deliveries. Also available, Dream Cars Frozen Pizza in supermarkets near you.
Dream Car Karaoke po, tuwing pagising mo sa umaga, kailangan mo ng kapeng gigisingin ka sa tapang at sarap.
Tikman ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Kapinoy Coffee.
Tama-tama lang ang tapang at sarap.
Tikman na ang lasa ng bayan sa bagong Kapinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Kapinoy Coffee.
Masarap na coffee. If it's coffee, it's Kapinoy Coffee.
Also available, Kapinoy Coffee 3-in-1 and Pure Creme. Bili na sa inyong mga suking tindahan.
Kapinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Kapinoy Coffee from FES Manufacturing Corporation.
A song, a chord, there's no end to the tune. It's the echo of strings, the rise of the moon. It's the beat of the drum, the keys on the floor, the rhythm that calls, the voice we adore. It's music and more, a note, a rhyme, a melody's glow, a piano that plays, a rhythm that flows. It's a voice, it's a choice, a harmony's ring. At the end of the night, let the melody start. It's the sound of a song, it's the joy in your heart.
Reimagine karaoke with XTSP.
Now available, Utopia 2 and Utopia Deluxe for more song storage, and Volume 174 for DVD systems. Song lists are now free to download at ShenatronSynPlus.blogspot.com.
Shenatron Synplus. Reimagine karaoke with XTSP.
New. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart. Ang sarap ng onigiri sa Melody Mart.
Subukan niyo na ang Melody Mart Onigiris. Maraming feelings na pwedeng pagpilian. May classics, locals, at premium feelings na suwag magpapasaya ng sanyo.
Overload onigiri sa Melody Mart. Overload onigiri sa Melody Mart.
Bikin, meron rin tayong Overload Onigiris na mas pinalaki, mas maraming feelings.
Price starts at 55 pesos. Bumili na ng onigiri sa Melody Mart.
Melody Mart Onigiris. Price starts at 55 pesos. Available in Melody Mart outlets nationwide.
Melody Mart, your everyday vibe for convenience.
Sa totoo lang, tapatan man ako ng malaking halaga, never kong i-endorse tong isang produkto na hindi ako believe. Yun ako eh. Pero ang produkto ay panlaban sa hair loss na naging problem ko noon. Isa lang ang pantapat ko dyan. Novo Hulk Scalp Lotion. Natry mo na ang lahat? Eh ako rin kaya. But after a long search, this is it. Nature's answer to lost hair. Sa tindi nga na bonding namin ito, itataya ko ang pangalan ko. Ito na kasi yun
Novahawk, nature's answer
Nakakaroon ng stress sanhi ng fatty liver. Use healing para sana te to have better life.
Linisin ang katawan sa natural na paraan.
Strong! Dahil mga kape nyo classic strong. Mag-Nescafe Classic Strong. Para ang lakas ng kape nyo. Strong! Mag-Nescafe Classic Strong. Pinatapang ang lasa kaya strong. Ang init, hindi kaya ng deficiency na pakod. Bagong TGF Adult Milk. Tibay ng work mga adults. At para magtrabaho sa work nyo, mag-TGF Adult Milk. Tibay na sa trabaho. Tibay na mga trabaho sa work adult tibay nutrients.
Wow! Lots and lots and lots to love at Landers. Lots and lots and lots to love at Landers. Got choices galore and perks you adore at our superstore. Landers means more. Lots and lots and lots to love at Landers. Lots and lots and lots to love at Landers. Get lots done with ease. Shopping is a breeze. Online or in store. Landers means more. Lots and lots and lots to love at Landers. Lots and lots and lots to love at Landers. Go take out your card. Get back more rewards. Lots more to explore. Landers means more. Lots and lots and lots to love at Landers. Remember shipping's more. Lots and lots to love at Landers. Remember shipping's more. Lots and lots to love at Landers.
Landers Superstore. Available in any Landers Superstore branches near you.
It's the mall where everyone is shopping. It's the mall where everyone wants to go. The mall for me and you. The mall that always knew when everyone you're wanting for is good for all. The fantastic mall, calming, enjoy and have some fun. It's the good mall. This is the mall where good things are found.
Don't settle for less when you can have the best. Plaza Macaya, where shopping is a wholesome family treat. From housewares, clothing style, to groceries. Bring your kids along and enjoy the food. Toys, they'll have lots of fun. Plaza Macaya, corner of MacArthur Highway, Dole, Mabalacat City, Pampanga.
Inside the mall, be calm, enjoy and have fun. Inside the mall is the mall when good things are found. Plaza Macaya.
Select a birthday 3-in-1 ice cream. Siyam na piso lang. Mas happy ka arawan.
From Damage Repair of Brand X Shampoo. Subukan ng Duck Shampoo with intensive repair with keratin repair. Actives this softer, smoother damage repair with regular use. Duck Shampoo intensive repair.
This program is brought to you by
Asphere Appliances, home of Asphere Aircon and other leading appliances nationwide. Asphere Appliances, tried, tested, trusted by an asparagus. Dream Cars Pizza. We make pizza the Dream Cars way. Call 141-9191 for deliveries. Also available, Dream Cars frozen pizza in supermarkets near you. Kapinoy Coffee. If it's coffee, it's Kapinoy Coffee from FES Manufacturing Corporation. Shenatron Synplus. Reimagine karaoke with XTSP.
And
Melody Mart. Your everyday vibe for convenience.
Naruhan ng Asparagus Cafe.
And we are back right here on Asphere's Cafe. It is now 7:20 p.m. and let's get into the last gap of the Tech Cafe headlines.
And now is an update on our smartphone news. We got our Vivo V60 from GSM Arena. And we have V60 with a 200 megapixel camera and 6,500 milliamp battery. So, what we're going to expect here? So, it's also a Samsung HP9 rear camera. It's their first on their V series. So, it's a 200 megapixel primary rear camera with OIS and 1.8 aperture with 8 auto wide unit with 120 FOV and 50 megapixel camera on the front for videos as well. And this time it has the Aura Light LED. You can see there. It has 6.77 inch Full HD Plus AMOLED quad curved display with a refresh rate of 120 Hz and 1600 peak brightness. So of course it's plastic for 7.49 millimeter and for 190 grams. It has one IP6869 rating and MLG glass on the front. So it is a MediaTek Dimensity 7360 Turbo SoC with with 12 gig of RAM, 256 gigs of UFS 2.2 storage, and runs over Android 15, FunTouchOS 15, and will receive 3 major OS updates and 5 years of security patches. So it is handled by 6,500 milliamp battery that supports 90-watt wired fast charging, and the colors here: light purple, noble gold, and there are just 2 colors there. For our Indian fans, it is starting at 29,999 Indian rupees, or should we call it as 19,636 pesos for the 8 gig, 128 gig base variant. For the 12 to 56 variant, we have 8 to 56 supposedly for 20,945 pesos, or Indian rupees 31,999. And for their high-end 12 to 56 for 33,999 Indian rupees, or for inflation adjusted here, 22,254.39 pesos. So that is the V60E. What do you think, Asparagus, about the 60E with the E on it?
Pretty cool phone, and I believe this is a direct, not direct successor, but a direct alternative to the V60, which is more on the pricey side. But this one is looking to be a mid-range phone in my opinion, because knowing that the back of the phone is made of plastic instead of glass. So will be interesting to see how Vivo V60e holds up in India before rolling out to other countries, because here in the Philippines they already have Vivo V60 in the Philippines, and of course they're mass promoting their phone right now on YouTube. And I do not have YouTube Premium at the moment because I don't have Premium right now. But all I know so far that Vivo is doing on mass marketing for the Vivo V60, which is expected. And I mean, it's all audiences. It's not just me. All audiences will also witness the ads for the V60, not V60e just yet. But yeah, pretty interesting phone so far from what I'm seeing here. Okay, moving on to the next one, and well, what do we have? It's T-Mobile US that will be taking LTE network offline in 3 years. Yup, LTE. That is 4G LTE, ladies and gents. They're going to pull the plug on LTE for at least for T-Mobile in the Americas starting in 2028. And this is coming from 95 Google. With LTE now well into its second decade of operation, and with 5G now practically the default throughout much of the US, it shouldn't come as much of a surprise that carriers are beginning to plan out the eventual retirement process for 4G. While Verizon and AT&T certainly won't be far behind, it's T-Mobile strategy we're hearing about first, as the carrier intends to begin phasing out LTE in as little as 2 years, or 3 years for me. According to a leaked document published by the Mobile Report, T-Mobile is prepping to free up the majority of its new spectrum for 5G over the next 2+ years, with those bands reallocated to 5G standalone. While there aren't any specific guidelines here, that 2+ year window points to a 2028 target goal, with the network planning to keep just a single 5 megahertz LTE channel active for legacy devices. As T-Mobile notes, that could result in bottlenecks for both LTE only and 5G and SA or non-standalone devices, particularly wearables and legacy hardware from the earliest 5G days. So you can see the internal document you are seeing right here with the January 1 here with the key dates, starting with the January 1.06. Any LTE or 5G NSA activations will require an exception request and approval from the network IOU team. And then you have business impact. LTE spectrum is being reformed to 5G over the next few years. What they mean 5G is the standalone, and yeah, LTE will be maintained on the network until 2035. That is 10 years from now. LTE performance is expected to degrade with spectrum reform. And any devices activated up to January 1st, 2026 should be 5G standalone capable. And the action, new LTE contracts should not extend beyond 2035. Contract renewals must also align with the stated LTE timelines and avoid terms and or commitments beyond 2035. And finally, all new and renewed contracts should explicitly exclude performance as all aids. Going forward, LTE performance will be considered best effort only. So yeah, ladies and gents, as we are now starting to see T-Mobile in the America beginning to pace out LTE starting in 2028, followed until 2035, I can expect here in the Philippines that we can already see that Smart is already prepping up for the 5G standalone network as well. So we could expect more American carriers to follow suit once T-Mobile strategy is successful. And here in the Philippines, I believe they're also going to adopt the 5G standalone, and eventually they're going to phase out the LTE and 5G non-standalone in the near future. Well, not now, but in the next couple of years, because here we're still a bit far, and we all know that the most of the Filipino households are still relying on LTE, not even 5G. So it's only a matter of time before they finally catch up with what T-Mobile is doing. So Dreamcar, what do you think?
No comment for now. As of now, no comment. And now, here now is our brewing question. Will you still look for ways to bypass Microsoft account requirement when installing Windows 11?
Dreamcar. Dreamcar, I cannot hear you. Can you try reconnecting? Yeah, I cannot hear you. I cannot hear you, Dreamcar. Let's see. Take 2, take 3. Dreamcar.
Yo. Here now
Yes,
is our
now.
brewing question.
Hey, brewing
Will you
question.
still look for ways to bypass Microsoft account requirement for when installing Windows 11? So here now is your brewing question.
Yep, that is brewing question. And before that, can you repeat the question so I can help viewers to comment down below? Dreamcar, can you repeat?
Will you still look for ways to bypass Microsoft account requirement when installing Windows 11?
That is the brewing question you just heard from Dreamcar. So will you do that? Let us know in the comment section below. It is 1 minute before 7:30. Any last words before we go?
I will still, I don't know what to say. I will still finalizing my switch over here before going to say goodbye to this Infinix.
Right. Also, will you move to Windows 11 on your PC or will you switch to Linux? Hopefully you will take action because you know updates are very important. Remember that.
Unless I'll get a lot of storage, I'm still going to keep up. Yeah, so go Windows 11 for this time. All right.
All right.
Exactly 7:30.
Yep, exactly 7:30, and that is where we will be wrapping up our cafe tonight. Thank you very much for joining us with all the tech goodies. Tomorrow we will be covering the anime and pop culture news. So if you're interested into these niche, come on our cafe tomorrow, same time, same place. This has been Asphere's Cafe. I am Cairo.
And I'm Dreamcard. The cafe is now closed.
And with that, we will see you tomorrow. Cafe's over. Goodbye for now.